And good morning. Welcome to another edition of Crypto Corner. I'm your host, Greg Harriman, and we're just going to go over what we've been going over for almost a year now. That things are going to take time, and the halving, and a lot of things have happened, a lot of good things, and we think that a lot of really good things are going to happen as we go forward. But I always put up this page to show that what is our philosophy here, Crypto Corner. It's to have safe coins, to have a secure place to do it, and to be able to sleep at night. So hopefully you've been on this journey with us for a long time, and that you're using those as your guides, and we'll move forward. So one of the big things here is I think that we have to talk about we have a ways to go. I know it isn't what we want to hear. We want to hear, oh, it's going to take off tomorrow or whatever. I haven't said that. Since I started this channel, I said we are going to slowly move up and we are going to take profits at different levels. And then as it corrects, we're going to buy back in. And that's what we've been doing. We've been accumulating coins, and we've been doing a lot of thinking about where we are and where we're going in each of these cycles. And so when you really look at the last cycle, you'll see how many 480 days, and that would put us all the way to May 2025 before that cycle is complete. Now we think there's going to be a lot of great stuff between now and then, but that's the cycle. And then if it plays out the way that it's been going, then we'll be in a really good spot. But until then, what we have to do is we just have to be smart. We have to take some profits. We know it's going to go up and go down and go up and go down. A lot of people are just going to hold during that whole time. We don't think that's the best strategy. So we listed in here where we're selling, what we're doing on some of these. So we show this chart every time. And one of the things I want to show is we've added XRP into the group. We started buying a little below zero point 0.6, and we're going to buy up to 0.66. It's currently at 0.63. We think that there's a good chance that this gets more mainstream. We think that the SEC lawsuit is kind of behind us. We think a lot of those things are all really good things for us. So we think that this is just going to start moving up. The other one that we really like is S Fund, where we said, we've been buying, our initial starting price, you can see, was at $3. And we still think we're going to soar past that, up to the 750 to 850 to maybe $10 range. And you can see in this last week that we were at $1.48 last week, and we're at $1.78 this week. So we think it's just starting to go. And as those launches happen, that's just going to help Seedify or S Fund to just explode. So again, that's our conviction. We want you to have your own conviction. We want you to think about what you're doing. We do have the ETH, which just came out, and again, we were talking about this at 2000, so we're in a good place on ETH anyways, and we're just holding. But we think ETH, with its new ETF that came out, so we have $1 million or so going in that first day. So that's obviously it's starting to move, and then we'll see how it all plays out. But we think that this has got a great chance of being, upward of $6,000, and right now it's about 34.91. Okay, so using DOT as one of our favorites, and I like to predict where I think it's going and what we're doing. So now we're talking before we're going to sell it around 8, which is way off this chart, but you can see that we're still accumulating. We're still buying every week at these levels that are this low, and just if it goes to 8, we're going to be up 50% on those low buys. And so again, we're going to sell off about 10%. Sometimes we do a little more depending on whether we think it's going to go right back down or not. And we've done that 4 times. We've bought, sold, and so now, and what we do with the rest of it, 75% of our dollars in this is staked on Coinbase One, and that's at about 14%. So you guys have a good chance of you're making 15% every day that you're buying at these lower prices, which would get, in this particular case, some of those that you're buying, you're going to be up 50% on. Now, again, it's a small amount. So say you're only getting $1 a day, but you're going to have $1.50 on that dollar. So, and again, we think this one's going, up substantially in the future. So during the bull run, so we are going to continue to buy here. We think this is such a great range. Anything under $6, we're buying. We were buying under 550. Now we think that's going to start heading up to about 6, and then we just think it's going to go up and up and up. So here's a Jasmine chart. Everyone that writes to me seems to like an update on Jasmine. So unfortunately, my version of Jasmine and what I think a lot of people are thinking are two different things. I think it's going to bounce around like it has when you look at this whole chart all the way back. In this case, a couple of weeks. You'll see that it just hangs around and it doesn't want to break through this, 0.032 to 0.039 base. But when it does, we think that it will kind of explode. And that's because it'll be in price discovery. But as soon as we kind of break this barrier of this blue line or any of these tops of the green candles, if we can actually break that, we think we're going to be in great shape. And if you look at last week's video, you'll see that I added a bunch of lines here where I think the RSI down here is going to go down a little bit, and then it's going to go up, and that's what this white line is. And so I think we break it sometime in the next week or two, maybe. We'll break this line, but I don't know because it's price discovery. I don't know whether it's going to go way up or whether it's going to whether it's just going to probably go right back down and stay there. But I do think that if we break the blue line, that will be the new support level. So hopefully when we come back down, that's our new number all the time. So again, you decide what conviction you have. We think that they're teaming up with a lot of great people, doing a lot of good things. We think this is our number one play for this run. And we think that we could go, 10 times from here. So, and if that was 30 cents, that's, again, you guys have to decide whether you think that's realistic or not. There's a lot of people calling for $1 Jasmine. We're not in that camp yet because we don't feel like they have enough real world case use. We think as they gain more real case use that they will be able to move in 2025, 2026, maybe up to that dollar range. XRP, this is our model on XRP. What did we do? Well, you can see the two white lines here is our buy zone. And we started buying when we started feeling like the SEC was going to finish the case with Ripple. Ripple is, in our opinion, is doing a lot of right things, whether it's managing with the right people and or the transaction rate. All of those things we think are going to make it go up. So what we plan on doing is we're buying between, I think the lowest that we got it was 0.58. And we'll buy all the way to 0.66. And then we plan on selling at a 50% profit, 10% at least at the 90 cent mark. And then we'll hold the rest and we'll let that ride. And we'll sell off probably more at $1.20 and then $1.50. So that would leave us still with maybe 50% of what we have in our portfolio. But at that point, we would have got pretty much our money back. So whatever we get after that will be bonus. You can see we bought XRP this week. We bought S Fund. We think that those are two up and coming things that you definitely want to be looking at. And you decide whether you have conviction. Starting to see our numbers go up per week. We were all the way down to 56. Now we're at 59. So in the last week in this one portfolio, we went up, about, I don't know, 6% ish. And, but we're not worried whether it goes down or goes up. A lot of our money is in DOT and Atom, where we're getting the 15% and we're getting that daily rate, the dollars back for staking. And so we don't really care until the bull run actually happens. We don't care if DOT and Atom stay low. We're just gaining more coins. So, but we have to be patient. So, okay, a lot on this page today. Like the ETF for ETH is now it's approved, $1 million in the first day. So congratulations, everyone. That's to me, that's bullish news. We want to keep moving. BlackRock is coming out and constantly saying now that Bitcoin is a store of value. My version of that is they're trying to eventually drive that price of Bitcoin up past 100,000, which we think will happen. I think I've already said we're added XRP. It's replacing VRA in our original thing. It's not that we hate VRA. It's just that we think XRP has a much better chance of doing a lot better. So we want that in our main portfolio. Also, JFK Jr., Trump, and Harris to speak at the crypto conference in Nashville this week. Super bullish. When, like a year ago, no one was on the Bitcoin / crypto craze. Now you have all three candidates at least coming to the table on it, which means that they've got to have somewhat of a pro stance. They're not going to go there and announce that they're shutting it down. So, the other thing is time is a tough one for us, but it's our best friend. If we just stay patient, I think a lot of good things are happening. Accumulate right now and you have a lot more financial freedom in the future. We're adding to XRP, S Fund, and Super. All of those we think can go up 50% coming up, and then we're going to take some of that profit out. And then we'll decide whether we reinvest it or we just put that on the sidelines and we say that is our initial money coming back out. And then whatever we leave in there can go as far as it can go. Again, we don't think we should be selling too early, but we like taking those profits because we've shown over and over that the profits come and then those points go right back down. DOT and Atom are a great example of that. I also like to just show this. It shows what are we doing, farming, staking, accumulating, and diversifying. Hopefully you're doing all of that. Again, we added XRP and we talked about selling, when we're selling. So you can see what we're doing and when we're doing it. And then you follow your own thought process with that. So again, as our ball goes up, our percentage ball, you'll see that we're going to keep having to sell Jasmy as we go because it goes above the allotted number that we have for our safety. And as say if Jasmy were to go to $1, we have so much in there, we would have to sell probably 50% of our Jasmy just so that our percentage ball. And why do we do that? If you remember back when Luna collapsed, everyone had like 60-70% of their portfolio in it and it went to zero. We don't want that to happen. So that's why we sell off as we go in this portfolio, and we think that's smart overall. Hopefully you're getting something out of this. Smash the like button if you would, and tell your friends. Hopefully we can grow the channel. Hopefully this is the point. I think if you're gonna tell anyone about it, this is the point where we're going to start making some money in crypto. I believe from here all the way through next summer is slow and steady wins the race. So Greg Harriman signing off from Crypto Corner. Thanks for being out there for me, and we'll talk to you soon.